Hi, I'm Demi.
And I'm Andrea.
Welcome to Pretty Wrong.
It's Pretty Wrong.
First episode.
This is our first episode.
It's the birth story of how Pretty Wrong got started.
Yes.
And should we start about it starting in multiple DMs? Your DMs, the dating DMs.
Yes.
My DMs and voice notes with you. Like
many great things, it was in the DMs.
Andrea is a client of mine. I do her hair.
Yes.
And it was with like an unnatural pause. We just kind of like clicked really easily. But the relationship kept flooding into the DMs via voice notes.
Well, why don't you tell our listeners how you started like grooming me? You groomed me and you groomed me.
Yeah, I believe I courted. Groom is your choice of words, but we have so many mutual overlap clients, like your friends, and I have so many wonderful women that I get to work on in Chicago. But specifically, Megan Taylor is like iconic redheaded DJ and gets compliments on her color all the time. She's like, I feel like in my career, I have like a Hall of Fame. And I feel like she lives in the redhead category of that.
She's the only. I mean, she's not the only, but that's when you say redhead, I think of Megan Taylor.
Yes,
DJ
totally.
Megan Taylor.
And it's like it's a natural look. It's not forced.
She's naturally red, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's what I want when I'm thinking of putting people out there in the world, that they're just natural. They never look like they saw me.
Right. Right.
But I had her in and I was like, you have like a really cute redheaded friend and your color was great. And that's a hard color to get. So it was like, do we know who she's going to? We either like give props to this colorist or we throw my hat in the ring.
Don't lie. There's probably like a few little changes. You were like, if she was mine, I would do this. I would just like tone it a little different.
Your hair was actually so challenging. And so here I was, I groomed you. I courted you.
You groomed.
And then the first time you came in, I was like, oh my God, what did I do to myself? This is not what I thought it was going to be.
Because I was faded.
Oh, I mean, there was like banding. You're naturally like so blonde. Yeah. It was not what I thought I was getting myself into.
Yeah, I'm really blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's how we met.
That's how we met. Yeah.
And it kind of is a nice move into talking about our weekend recap.
Yeah.
When you think you're getting one thing and you get another. So would you like to talk about your weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I told you I walked into this bar, as most good stories start, and I was annoyed because I didn't want to be there. It was a bar that I was like, whatever. And I was meeting my friend Debbie, who is, she's in her late 50s, but she doesn't look it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
She looks like she's like 45. And she has the confidence of like me in my 20s. I mean, she just like will talk to anyone. And so she was sitting next to this guy and she was talking to him and it was kind of dark. And I was just already so bitchy. I was like, who is this guy? I hate him already. And I like walk in and sit down. I like barely look at him. He's sitting on this side of me. She's right here. And I'm just like, hey. And then I start talking to her and I can feel his eyes on me.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel it. And so I look over at him and I'm like, oh, you're kind of cute. You're kind of cute, And he starts talking to me and he's like, has anyone ever told you looked like a celebrity? And I was like, yeah, I get that. I think
really
it's the
hard
red hair.
Hearing this part and knowing the end of the story, which we're going to get to, but it's like I can start kicking
like,
into my...
This is where the music starts playing.
Yeah, where it's like, this was your foreshadowing, but continue.
Yeah. And he was like, you look, and he was like, I'll write it in my phone. And you can tell me the celebrities that you've looked, at. And I've gotten Jessica Chastain, I've gotten Lana Del Rey.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I get Bella Thorne, which is my favorite because she's like 25.
Yeah, she's hot.
And she's just kind of naughty. You know what I mean? Like,
if you're going to be compared to Jessica Chastain or Bella Thorne, I want to be Bella Thorne.
Same. Yeah. But I think not everyone would feel that way.
Yeah.
And of course, I have this thing where if I think something, like it just comes out. I can't stop it. And I was like, she has an OnlyFans because she's one of the highest paid. Yeah. I think, at one point, without.
Well, she did it unapologetically.
Yeah, and I think
as a celebrity too.
And I think she's pretty like covered up as far as what can happen on that app.
Yeah,
like she wears clothing, I think, or minimal.
That was like when I thought that selling feet pictures you made money, and then I realized those girls do it with a side of vagina.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
The ones that are like really making money are naked.
Oh, I didn't realize.
I think that there's maybe like a top 5% that aren't naked.
I had that idea back like a long time ago with my roommates, and I was like, we should just put cameras, like let's just film our feet, like as the day goes on, and as I didn't realize.
I think every girl has had that idea that like it's going to be that easy. And my sister and I one night were like on my patio. We're like drinking wine. We're drunk and we are putting our feet in the air with like a sunset. And then we made the account called Fisters, which is Feet Sisters, thinking that we were really onto something. She texted me the next day. She's like, we haven't made any money.
I feel like the feet with the sunset and the handle is like, it's not congruent.
Right. And she put in Nikki threw in the towel like really early on. I was like dedicated to this foot finder career. But no, so anyways.
So I said, she's the OnlyFans girl. And he said, oh yeah, he knew about it. And he was like, and I said, do you have an OnlyFans account? He said, no, I don't have an OnlyFans account. And then I don't know. I mean, I was telling you this, I rarely feel chemistry with someone like in person. Like, first of all, it's hard to meet people in person.
Yeah.
And I felt chemistry with him, and like our knees were getting closer. Like he kept like reaching over and touching me.
There's a natural energy that you can't force. If you're attracted to someone, it's going to happen. And then on top of all of that, we were saying like, think of how many men that not only you've been attracted to in your life, but that you're attracted to like out in the wild in a one-off organic situation like that.
It's like 0.0001.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Like nobody.
Yeah.
I really rarely think men are attractive. I told you, like I can appreciate women and I can be like, she's beautiful, she looks great. Like I rarely do a double take with a man.
Yeah.
But he was cute. And so we had this like kind of flirty energy. And then he, and then I put his horoscope in the pattern.
You have to.
Because I had to know. And our like connection was extraordinary, which is
which if the pattern's saying it, that's
the pattern's
tool.
been pretty spot on.
Yeah.
But it said it was extraordinary. We have like very little conflict, but it doesn't have a douchebag like filter.
Yeah.
So you can still have like a compatible chart.
Yes.
And be a douchebag, and then that
because there's always
it all
like
out.
where astrology can lead you, but then there's like who someone wants to become also.
Right. So if he would have not become a douchebag, it would have been great. So then we're texting and he's like the whole night, and I'm so excited. Like, by the way, like I kind of just went through a breakup and I was excited about the idea of being excited about someone again. Yes. And was like, even told my friend, I was like, I might have another baby for him. Like
shut the
I'm sorry.
I don't care. Like I love my son. My son is my world. But like for you to like make me want a baby.
I mean, it was an idiotic thought, obviously. And I mean, I was just kind of enjoying the fantasy.
Yeah, totally.
I was enjoying the fantasy.
I had a client tell me something so real. She was like, I met this guy on a plane. Like they did have chemistry. They had not a relationship, but like they were texting and there was an avenue for a relationship to start. And he essentially like fell off. And she's like, I spent the day crying at the beach because I had grieved the marriage that we weren't going to have, the children I had named. Like, totally. I appreciate people that are that honest because I think every girl's had the thought, but very few will say it out loud. And she was like, I had a whole therapy session about it.
Yeah.
She goes, the heart and my heart and my mind were separate because I knew in reality we were strangers, but in my mind we were so in love. Yeah. I had a whole life planned with this man, and then now we're basically estranged.
Strange strangers. I mean, I was enjoying it.
Yeah, it is. It's exciting.
It was fun. Then we went to dinner, and he started texting me immediately and was like, but it was very like, you just admit you haven't stopped thinking about me since we left the bar. Like, it was very cute and flirty and like that. And I was, not giving him that because I'm not going to be the one to stroke a man's ego ever. Yeah. Like, I just won't give it to you.
You don't need to.
I was like, no, I'm not doing it, and it kind of fell off. And then the next day he didn't text me for a while and I had to mourn that, the child that we didn't
you
have.
guys literally just lost the baby.
Yeah. And then he started talking about his horoscope again. The horoscope. He's like, so tell me how much what's my horoscope say for the day? And I said, it says you need to get off your lazy ass and take me to dinner.
Oh, there you go.
And he said, I will take you to dinner, but not tonight. And then he said, I did sign up for Bella Thorne's OnlyFans today. And I was like, okay, and how was it? And he's like, it's amazing. And I was like, okay, so you sat on your couch and like signed up for that OnlyFans. And I didn't respond.
Yeah. Yeah,
because it's over.
You could be taking the real life Bella Thorne out to dinner and you would
Let's be honest, Timu Bella Thorne.
Either way, there's a real life version out there in Chicago that you're fully missing out on and you're just on OnlyFans.
So that was it. That was the weekend. And then I was like, why do I, I just get so caught up in fantasy. Like I need to just really talk to my inner child or something.
Right. And I know this, and I think this is like so interesting, and it goes against everything that makes me happy and what I love about the world.
Yeah.
You chose not to wear makeup for the last year.
I did. Yeah.
And part of that was really tapping into all of what you just learned from that situation, because that could have gone on for months.
Exactly.
The wasting your time. The baby could be a toddler by now, but like you could have you could have really gotten in deep with someone you knew wasn't going to be for you from the start, which you figured out in the first 24 hours.
Yes, I will say that this is happening a lot quicker. I'm figuring it out a lot quicker when it's not compatible or it's not aligned or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which would have taken me years before.
Can you talk about your commitment to not wearing makeup?
Yes.
And where it started?
It started, I meditate. I've done it in the salon many times.
Was that the alarm? Was that like just reminding you?
No, I did it. I did it a little bit in the car, but then I'll have to do it later.
Okay.
So I meditate twice a day for 20 minutes. I do a type called Vedic meditation. And in that practice, if you get into like the knowledge and things like that, there's a concept where you give up something that you're like fully entitled to, sort of like an austerity thing. And in order to gain a higher state of consciousness. So like you see those men in India that are like, whatever, they raise their hand for, until they gain enlightenment, or like their finger, their hair is growing, their fingernails. So I was with my trainer and I was trying to figure out, and you have like a signal event. So I wanted something to happen in my career. And I said, in order to get this, I will give up something. And I was like, I'll give up alcohol or I'll give up sugar. He's like, you can do that so
It's like
easy.
not high stake enough.
It's not high stake enough. He's like, give up makeup. And I was like,
damn.
No. And I almost like fell on the ground.
Yeah, I would have fired him. I would have been like, it has been so great working with you, but you're obviously fucking insane. So I'm going to need to call it quits.
I'm going to go now. Yeah. So I was like, and I thought about it for a couple days and I was like, it made me really deeply uncomfortable. And so I was like, this is the way to go.
But not only like, I think it's amazing that you did it, but outside of that, like if I had to describe you in a word prior to that, it would be glam. Like
totally glam.
You live for beauty, you live for fashion, and you're so like playful with it. It's not even that you look good. Like you clearly are enjoying it.
Yeah.
So to give up something that I think fills your cup. As a woman, it fills my cup. Yeah. I like doing my makeup. I love feeling good in my hair. It's what I do for work.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I loved it. I mean, anyone that knows me, like my Instagram was all glam, full glam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason that you did it was?
I did it for that spiritual reason to gain that signal event. But what I learned was in that giving it up, like the gifts and the lessons were way more than what I thought I was starting with. And I had so much anxiety when I first did it. And I was dating someone at the time, and I remember like talking to him about it, and he was like, "You look great without makeup. Like, who cares?"
Yeah, I do feel like that can be kind of just like a plug and play answer for men in terms of if they know you're insecure about something, it's like, "Oh, you look great like that." Yeah. And I appreciate it, and I think it is like the right move a lot of the time. But then there's like the reality component, which you do look really beautiful with makeup or without makeup.
Thank you.
But the point is, it's a feeling.
Yes, it's a total feeling.
It's a feeling. Yeah. Like I put hair extensions in my hair because it's a feeling. Like, and that's what I tell people. If you want them, you're going to look better, but it's how you're going to feel. Right. It's the confidence that's just what in life is instant gratification. Right. And that for me, that's one of those things. Like even when I was postpartum, I remember making a commitment. I remember one day I was like changing Otis's diaper and I had heard all these horror stories about losing yourself and like not like just letting yourself go. And I was like, I just don't think that's going to be me. Yeah. Because I have a child. Yeah. And I remember I was doing, which this was, if you are having a baby, don't do this to yourself. There was his changing table and then a mirror like right above it. So I was like changing shit. And then I like looked up and made eye contact with myself. What is the purpose of the mirror? Like what is the? It was like decorative. Yeah. And I think a lot of people put it over the changing table just because it makes sense over a dresser, whatever. Okay. I made eye contact with myself and I was like, oh, we're opposite to you. I was like, we're not going to go a day without putting on a little bit of
interesting.
makeup.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Because I feel like I was starting to lose myself.
Well, and you already are tired. You already don't feel
Yeah.
like yourself. Like, I wouldn't recommend those two things together.
And my best friend, Sam, just like my angel, my
Yeah.
everything, he says that every like girl needs a 5-minute face that she can't leave the house without.
That's so funny. It's true.
Pick your two weapons. It's mascara and lipstick. It could be a little cheek. It could be anything.
I did allow myself lip gloss.
Okay.
And Aquaphor on my eyelashes.
Okay.
And some would argue that I tint my brows.
Yeah.
When we're together.
Yes.
We could talk about the benefit. Maybe I shouldn't mention.
Yeah, you had to be marked safe from a certain service provider because as if it wasn't enough for you that you weren't wearing makeup.
I know. Well, then when you have really dark brows on top of it.
She gave you 2 caterpillars every time. It's almost like she's just like, set it and forget it. I'll come back when I feel like it. I was like, when you walked in, I was like, I can't even lie to her. Like, this is insane. How are you going to let someone pay and leave like that?
Yeah, she said it looked good.
Of course she did. She was like, oh God, I fucked up. Get her out of here fast.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. And so, I don't know. It's definitely been, I mean, I really could care less now.
Yeah.
It's the fire is less and less. Like, I probably need to do something else to like up the.
Yeah. Now it's not as
like,
interesting.
But yeah, I did it. I went on first dates.
Mm-hmm.
I went to.
Huge.
I think like walking around in athleisure without makeup on is one thing. Getting dressed for like a black tie.
I mean, I love that you did the first episode today with no makeup and you look beautiful, but like, this is scary. We're doing something. We're on camera. We're under bright light. And you just are like, I called this morning and I was like, are we going to talk about no makeup?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love that you were like first one, but then
it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might as well. Yeah. So it's been a whole thing. I had major anxiety about it at first. I don't know why I thought people were like noticing and like I was like standing out, but like certainly no one was paying attention or noticing. But in my mind, everyone was paying attention. And I just feel like the people I've met and the conversations I've had have been more authentic. I feel like I've attracted a different type of guy in general, because it's not so, I don't know. And I've started to become like a feminist. I've started to get like pissed off. And like, why do we think that, half of the population's faces are just okay? Like, I walked into the studio today and was talking to the guys and was like, this is what it feels like to be a dude. You just wake up and then you're like, this is my face.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's my face.
Yeah.
Sorry that we've decided that women's faces aren't okay.
But through all of that, how great does it feel that like you can reflect back 1 year ago, because it was like August of last year, right?
Like, it's been like a year and 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a year ago, maybe the situation from like dating and kind of this falsified idea of like our life together and romance, electric, all these words that like can be scary at first.
Yeah.
But you were able to wrap that up, neat little bow, be like 24 hours later, like, I don't care to talk about Bella Thorne's OnlyFans.
Yeah, and I'm not even responding.
Yeah.
And I might even block it. You know what I mean? Just
you've come this far. Fuck it.
Not? Fuck it. The thought of blocking someone a year ago would make me
because like, what if?
Yeah, it's like, what if they text her? Like, I mean, this is probably for another episode, but that, guy I was dating for a while that I had to block.
Yeah.
That made me so anxious.
Coming from that situation, and I mean, I've been doing hair since I was 17 years old. I'm 34. There's nothing I haven't heard in terms of relationships, how they start, how they end. And like, one of the things I've learned, this is not logic to anyone else. This is the thing I've learned from watching women go from dating to becoming a fiance to a mother to happy marriages and children. It's never the guy that they've come in with and been like, here's the story and here's this. It's anticlimactic. They're always like, it's great.
Yeah.
Things are easy. Like, they don't even care to talk about the relationship outside of sharing a few keynotes of where it's going.
Yeah.
Because there's no drama to talk about.
Right. It's stable,
and that's the
steady.
person that they're with. And that's the person. And that's been since I was a teenager. I started to slowly pick up on that.
Do you think that influenced how you would date?
I mean, I was with now my ex-husband since I was a kid and we grew up together. But prior to that, it's like I was dating off of feeling. Like I was dating off of like, my parents were married. If my dad was alive, they would still be married. They got together in what's got to be like the late 80s. I was a honeymoon baby. And my dad would romance my mom, romance my mom. And also my dad was kind of coined this like eternal bachelor, owned nightclubs, came in from Greece. Like his friends would tell her years into dating, he is never going to marry you when he would go to the bathroom. And they were like, you're not Greek. He's married to the lifestyle. He's not ever going to be like white picket fence with kids. And now, I mean, three daughters later, which my friend Mike, who made us our jingle, he was like, that's your dad's fucking karma for being a dog. Just three hot daughters that he can worry about all the time.
Totally.
But I watched a healthy marriage.
Yeah.
I never heard my dad raise his voice. My dad would like go to a department store, show a photo of my mom, buy gowns for her or outfits for her, and lay them out on the bed so she could pick before they'd go out on a date.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It's really sweet.
Yeah.
But he had a demeanor of being like the man.
Yeah.
So to know he had those like soft spots.
Yeah.
So I knew that kind of love existed.
Yeah.
And that not the way that people are presented into the world isn't always like how they are privately.
Yeah. That's so true.
So I was willing to like explore people that maybe I wasn't into right away because I knew everyone had like an intimate side to them. And I think with my ex, we just like outgrew that idea. I think it was a friendship, but ultimately one of the things I had shared, I was like, I'm not giving up. I remember what my parents smelled like for date night at 25 years old. And I know that's out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
I didn't know that story.
No, my dad was the best.
Yeah.
He was the best, but he really made it almost harder to go out into like a dating world.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. But like you said, I think I would have let that go on for a month or 2 months.
Yeah.
And I would have complained about it. And I do think there's an element to giving something up like makeup, and it sort of shows yourself like, I can easily give things up.
Yeah.
I can surrender these things easier.
Yeah.
And I think it's also signaling to the universe or God or whatever you want to call it, like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Like I'm getting
this,
uncomfortable.
and I can give this up.
Totally.
And if you want to take me to a higher state or this or that, like the signal event is something that I wanted. But in order to have that, I'd have to be in a different state of consciousness. So it's like, yeah, if I'll give it up.
Talking to women now, though, I'm realizing, and even coming out of like what was a relationship that needed to end, right? Yeah. I let it go on too long because I didn't have the exercise in understanding kind of getting uncomfortable in that way.
Yeah.
And I remember the first couple nights of even staying alone in my home after he had moved out. And I was like, this wasn't as hard as I thought it was. It's this idea.
Yeah.
Right? It's the idea. And then you move past it and you continue to feel a little closer to yourself, and like your non-negotiables just start skyrocketing.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you're like, I can do this. And it's not about hyper independence either. Because I think that part gets a little challenging.
Yeah.
I was more hyper independent in a relationship to like basically take care of my own needs, that now I don't want to do that. I was like, I want non-negotiables that are presented early on, that I don't waste any time, and we can get on the same page faster.
Your journey to that was a lot shorter. I mean, a lot shorter than mine was.
I mean, being in I think the challenging part now, and I think with like just dating culture is, and I was totally participating when I was unhappily married, was it is more common to hear women kind of like poke at their partners. Like, and it bonds us, right? Like, oh, he did this and he did that. And like, I'm in this relationship where like, I feel worshipped. Like, I feel like he takes care of anything I could ask. Like, he feels lucky to do it. And I'm almost like, what is wrong with you? Like, there has to be something wrong.
Yeah.
And I met with a more strange vibe from other women talking positively about him.
Yeah. That's so interesting. I guess we don't see it that often.
And it's always like, it's early on, it's this and that. I'm like, it is early, but I got it
that early.
It's not that early. That was more so when we first were a couple months in, and he was just like he was like pulling out all the stops and was like so clear communicating that I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and then it moves into the territory of like, oh, he's love bombing you. And I was like, I don't know. Maybe call me until he really fucks up.
Yeah.
I'm going to believe what he says, but why am I going into already not trusting him when he's doing all the things that we ask men to do?
And love bombing is such a, like, I feel like now it's such a thing. I didn't know
therapy
what
keywords
it was
are
a couple years ago.
Their way in.
And I was like, I don't know. It feels like I deserve that. Like, of course you, like, I smell like an angel. And like, I've just been like waiting my whole life for someone to tell me, it's like,
totally.
If I used to think, oh, I have such a high self-esteem. Like I've been waiting, I know these things about myself. Like I know I'm great.
Yeah.
But then I was talking to my friend and she was like, that would so creep me out. She's like, he doesn't even know you.
Totally. And
now
there were
I'm
people
starting to
that
feel
are
that
like,
way. Yeah.
people who jump down. I had to like in therapy, it's such a projection. Everything's a projection of like what other people think, the relationship that they're in. And that becomes non-negotiable. It's just not in dating relationships, but in your friendships too.
Yeah.
You have to know who's really there.
Right.
Like you have to know who's really in it with you because not everyone's that happy for you.
Totally.
And my old boss was, I remember when I first like hit a good stride in my career where I was like, fuck, like I didn't even know this was possible. And my boss at the time, who's so like East Coast, unapologetic, kind of just like was priding himself on being an asshole, but he was successful. And he had to coach me out of that. He was like, the more you do, the less people there are going to be cheering. And like, I closed a show tonight that plenty of people think I didn't deserve, but I earned it.
Right.
And no one was clapping for me. And you have to be okay with that. And if you're not, then maybe that level of success is not something you should aim for.
That's great advice.
It was really good advice. And it gave me perspective that like, it doesn't have to be lonely. It just has to be, you have to really choose who you're surrounding yourself with.
Yeah. That's interesting. I think going back to something you said about like getting out of a relationship or getting out of a marriage, and I've thought about this often, like there's something about a single mom, and we both have children, and like we left a marriage, like we didn't harm our children, but it was hard.
Yeah, of course.
And
That's the reason that you try so hard.
And so like in dating, it's like, you think I'm not gonna like, I left a marriage.
Yeah, you date differently when you have a child.
I
because
won't put up with anything
Totally.
that's not it, because, and not in a way of just like I'm just gonna walk away, but it's also like I went through so much. I left something that was like, you know, hard to leave.
Yes.
Like I'm not gonna settle now.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And I can't even imagine like dating with a child. My girlfriend was, when she knew so early on, I was so proud of her. At the time, I didn't really respect or understand what she was doing, but our kids were the same age, days apart. And I want to say it was 6 months that she was like, I'm not doing it. And it was like this,
and she went back.
And no, she left. She was like, move out, like whatever.
Yeah.
And at the time I was like, oh, like, you know, someone tells you a story, but until you live through it, you really don't get it.
Right.
And then now I remember revisiting and I was like, oh my God, you went through the trenches alone.
Yeah.
And you chose it and you did it for like, obviously your peace. And now looking at her, the kids are 3.5. She is in the best shape she's ever been. She gave up drinking. Like she is her final form. Like she is so hot. She's so healthy. And she went through all that work to do it. And she's in a great relationship now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to make that decision. So when you repeat the behavior, I wish everyone would go into dating for the first time in your mid-20s to however old you are when you're dating, date like you're bringing home someone to your child.
Yeah. Oh, that's great advice. Yeah.
Like, who is this the person that you want to be the example of how you would treat another person, how you would show up for someone? Because like ultimately me talking about my dad coined how I felt about men.
Yeah. No, let's thumbnail that.
Okay, well, get a little throw pillow, put it on the couch. I'll have it in my guest room.
Knit it. Yeah, no, that's great advice.
Yeah. I had a girl that was working for us. She was working as an assistant for me. And like, she was so honest about having daddy issues, which like sometimes I wanted to be like, I love that you know where your trauma came from.
Right.
But don't tell boys that you're dating that you have daddy issues.
No.
And she was kind of leading with it.
Why are we telling these men? Here's what I think. We shouldn't be telling these men how we've been hurt. How we've been hurt. Like how we've been, like why go into that? Because it always gets, not always, not with the right person, but I feel like it can get like.
If you offer up your trauma, it can come back.
My exes were perfect. That was fine. It just didn't work out. We're friends, like whatever. Like I'm no longer like being like, this is what happened and this is what happened, because why?
Yeah, she ended up telling me that this kid, I mean, they were really young, early 20s.
Yeah.
This guy stayed over and like stole things out of her apartment and she considered going out with him again. I was like, I'm struggling like a little.
What did he steal?
I think he stole weed, which makes it worse. Like for roommates, weed.
Like toilet paper rolls. I used to take toilet paper rolls from work and take them home to my apartment with my roommates.
Ever? I mean, COVID times, Amanda and I were at the salon and we were like, had gone to everywhere to get toilet paper. And we're like, well, the salon's closed. We just take toilet paper from there. Like, are we stealing? I don't know.
It's free.
It's the end of the world. Feels like we should be able to. We've given blood, sweat, and tears to hair there. We at least deserve toilet paper.
And no one's using it because it was closed.
Yes.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. So all these relationship experiences have to become lighter. And so much of our voice noting is like troubleshooting, right? Like this is what we think is going on. And we can all have like a good giggle, but sometimes it doesn't make it out of the group chat or the voice notes.
Right.
So we brought some questions with.
Yeah.
And the whole concept of we need to judge. We will be telling you.
But we're lightly
who's
judging.
Pretty wrong.
Yeah, pretty wrong. We know that from a higher perspective, nothing's right and nothing's wrong.
Nothing's right and nothing's wrong. But if you enter a group chat with a bunch of women, someone's wrong.
And you need to, sometimes you just need to know. And
like
it's okay
what would you do?
Sometimes I'm like, it's okay if I'm wrong.
Totally.
I just want someone to tell me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Should we get into a couple of them?
Yeah, let's get into it.
This is actually, I want to, this one's so good.
Okay.
And I want to preface that this woman is so smart and her husband is so intelligent. So that really coins like why this is so frustrating.
Okay. Yeah.
My husband called me on a girls' trip to ask what to feed our 6 and 8-year-old for lunch.
6 and 8?
So to be clear,
6 and 8 months.
No, 6 and 8 years old. Like these are children that can speak and be like, take me to a drive-through. I want a number 5. Like they know what they want. And her point is he's learning the behavior of just like pleading the fifth of not knowing how to do anything. So he doesn't have to make the decision.
What do they call it? Weaponized incompetence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a thing.
And obviously like she works really hard to have gone on this girls trip. So feeding children is baseline.
Do you think he was just looking for attention?
No, I don't think so. I mean, that feels like it could be like, hey, we're here.
Yeah.
I think that can happen too when you're raising children is like who's struggling more. Like,
100%. Especially when your spouse
day.
Or partner goes out of town and they're having fun.
All of a sudden a fire is happening.
Totally.
Both kids won't sleep. There's a huge problem. In this though, he's wrong.
He's wrong.
He's wrong for calling.
He's wrong. He should, if he wanted to he should have said, hey, how are you? Like I'm having
a day. Like
I'm having
put
a
it
day.
all out there.
Yeah. Like just don't mention the food.
Yeah, that one's, it's not like, I mean, Otis is 3 and he can let me know what he wants.
100%.
Yeah.
And we're not talking babies.
No, 6
and
and
actually, there's actually no age that is an appropriate question.
Oh, yeah, I guess. And it defaults on the mom a lot of the time. Like, hey, how do we feed our child?
Totally. How do we do this? I had a friend whose husband like legit didn't know where the laundry, like where the washer and dryer was in the house.
Yeah. So that's convenient.
Okay. Let's see. This one's funny. This one was the breakup question. And the guy said to her, I wanted to see you one more time before I made a decision.
So this goes back to like, you spent a year with no makeup, right? Like, I think there's people that would consider, okay, we just need to talk about it. He needs to see me one more time. He needs to feel a spark.
Right.
I think there's plenty of people that would talk themselves back into it.
I think that is a legit feeling that's okay to have. I don't think it's okay to communicate that to someone. Have the feeling internally, whatever. Flip it around.
Yeah.
Think about it. Talk to your therapist about it. Talk to your friend about it. But don't then say to your partner, like, I just wanted to see you one more time.
Yeah. I think they're both wrong.
Why do you think they're both wrong?
I think that, I guess we don't know how it ended, but like if you then met up with that person, you participated in a whole level of like knowing what you're getting into.
I was assuming that he told her that.
Yeah.
Like he was like, I want to break up with you. And she's like, well, why did you come to dinner? And he was like, well, because I wanted to see you one more time.
Right.
Which is kind of noble in a weird way. Because he was really honest.
I guess, no, and that's like how pathetic that like honesty is a very noble quality. But when we were talking about like people being like not super warm about when I'm like, oh, this is healthy. We've had so many honest conversations so early on. And I thought that was just groundbreaking to me that we would put it all out there.
I think there's a thing like called the sweet truth where you can like tell the truth.
Yeah.
But the sweet truth.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to tell the like, the whole like, I can't be with you because you like sweat profusely when we're intimate.
Yeah.
Right? Like that doesn't need to be said. It could just be like,
yeah, it's not working.
It's not working.
Yeah. That's kind of the next question though. I started lying to my boyfriend who's always late And when we need to be somewhere, I avoid conflict and I tell him a different time because he told me he's not changing and it's never going to happen.
Fine.
Yeah.
I think that's totally fine.
I think that that's where like the sweet truth, a little bit of a lie comes in where it's like, we have to be somewhere by noon. And I said we have to leave by 11. I'm just going to say 10:30.
Should we rename our podcast The Sweet Truth?
Pretty wrong. Sweet truth. Just like immediately switch. Great name. I do this with clients.
Yeah.
I lie about their appointment times because no one's hurt.
And I think a lot of people do it to themselves, where they have an appointment at 2:30 and then they put it in as 2.
Habitually late is a huge issue for me. I think it's so disrespectful. I think there's natural things like it's natural to be late. You can't help all the circumstances, but when someone that's like part of their personality, I think the only thing I don't like about this is I'm not changing. Like you can adjust to my lack of punctuality because I'm not adjusting.
Right. Well, I think being late is sort of, it's a self-respect thing too. I mean, it's a much deeper issue that maybe in a few months we'll get another.
What did my therapist used to say about my ex? She's like, he carries a backpack of shame. I was like, that's a strong term.
That should be in his dating profile. One thing you should know about me is
I'm wearing a backpack of shame. Like, Sarah, that term.
Me a year ago would have been like hot.
You're like, oh, you have a backpack of shame. Come here. Let's unpack it together.
Unpack it
I'll put some makeup on for it.
Sit down on my lap and let's unpack your shame.
Yeah.
All right. This one's funny. Dating this guy who treats me like a queen. Good morning texts, which is a whole thing. I have a whole thing about this.
Okay.
Dates, calls, gifts, opens doors, Lynn's jacket. What is this, like 1950?
Chivalry, not dead.
But says he doesn't want a relationship.
My sister dated a guy like this, and it was so hard to watch from the outside because at one point he kind of laid it out where he was like, I'm not looking for a relationship, but he was so good to her when they were together. So I can only imagine how confusing that is.
How is that confusing? He's literally saying, I don't want a relationship.
Yeah. Well, but when your actions are speaking that way, it's like so hard not to think you're spending a holiday together or like, sure, you don't want a relationship, but we can just disguise all of these other things like a relationship.
Right. It is important for words and actions to match.
Yeah. And we ended up, she's like my baby sister. And I ultimately was like, I am okay. I think he's being so honest about what he doesn't want, but are you being honest about you're really okay with it? Right.
I mean, that's on her.
Yeah.
I think.
Totally. And I think that some men, that's what they can pull out, right? Like they're never going to get emotionally deep with you. So they're going to put as many flashy things in front of you, like all of these behaviors of like a proper gentleman. And that's what they've got. That's what they're bringing to the table. But you cannot expect it to go any deeper.
Yeah. I mean, especially if he's saying so.
Yeah.
I think people pretty much tell you who they are right away.
There's like also that kind of like story always comes out though, where sure he's doing all these things. Sure he's being honest. But like, you can't do all those things and present honest and do all those great qualities and not have a couple secrets. Because of all the years being behind the chair, people telling me situations like that, they do something naughty somewhere in there.
Yeah.
The behavior is not there. So I think it's wrong.
Yeah. You think he's wrong? Okay.
I don't care if you're honest. I think that's like, you talk about like love bombing and gaslighting
It's
and
confusing. Like. It's a little manipulative.
It is. It's manipulative because you know what she's thinking.
Interesting.
You know exactly where she thinks it's going to go. So ultimately you're reserving a spot in her life.
But, you know, she said he treats me like a queen, but that's not really, he's not really treating.
Not really.
Not really.
He's treating you like he's the king and he's giving you access to it.
Exactly. Yeah. Interesting. A good morning text. I don't.
You don't like it?
I do, but I also feel like it. I do. Okay. So like, if anyone dates me, I want them.
You still want them? Okay.
I want them.
If anyone dates me, but whoever dates me,
whoever dates me next, I want them.
Yeah.
I do think a lot of women get caught up in them, and I don't think it necessarily means that the guy's serious because he could be texting 4 people good morning, and I think it just.
When I was in my 20s, I had wave 1 and 2 of who I wanted to go out with.
Yeah.
It was a mass text. What are you doing tonight?
Yeah.
And if wave 1 didn't respond, I had a B group friend.
Exactly.
I had an entire group of people that if I really wanted to go out that bad, that was my B group list.
Totally.
You have no idea.
You have no idea. And I think it's easy. It's like low effort. It's very easy to do.
Yeah.
And I think, and I feel like now in dating, like people just text constantly.
Yeah.
And it creates this like false sense of intimacy. And it's like, oh, they asked my day. But like, I really think that like spending time with someone is where like texting is easy.
Texting needs to stay logistics until you have a developed relationship and you can be honest through text about other things. But if your partner is being so forthcoming via text, but has never really shown you that in person, I think that's like a huge red flag.
Yeah.
Because I need to know that you feel comfortable with me, that in a sense of intimacy, you want to say that to me and look me in the eye and say it.
Yeah. It's not just coming from a text.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now AI, I mean.
You don't even know where that's coming from.
You don't even know where it's coming from.
You don't even know if that man said ChatGPT to say, I love you.
Exactly. Have they figured it out where AI can actually text now? No. Not yet.
No, but you can like, do the copy paste. Tell her I love her and I had a great time. Like amp it up a little bit.
Yeah. And then it's like, do you want it sexier and bolder or warmer and kinder? Like a little bit of both.
Yeah. Can you do both?
Can we get both options?
But yeah, the texting needs to stay at a certain arena. And like my friend Sam is actively dating and he's so honest where like he's ready to go out and like meet people. And he was like, what the fuck is everyone being my pen pal for?
Yeah.
Because like, why are we on the app if we're never going to meet up?
Well, because some people just want the dopamine or the excitement.
Yeah.
And the pen pal nature.
That would be so, I've never been on a dating app. That would be so confusing to me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do with that. And it would honestly turn me off, like get me irritated.
Well, the no makeup thing was interesting with the dating apps because I would put my pictures. And now I have a theory is like, why put your best pictures on the dating app?
Yeah.
Because then when they see you in person, they're like, oh, this is disappointing. Like you
Can
put
I say something so inappropriate?
Yeah.
My girlfriend was dating and what is the chances I don't know if I should say this. She was matching with multiple men in wheelchairs.
Okay.
And she was like, do I not have a filter on?
You can't put a filter on.
And I said, I don't think that's the thing that you can filter. But she's like, what is the chance?
I mean, I've matched with a couple.
Which there's nothing wrong with. But she was like, is everyone with me? Like, is there something about me? And I was like, you're hot. You're hot. And you have your mommy.
And she looks kind.
She does look kind. She does. But there was one point where she was like, you're never going to believe this.
I always feel bad like Xing that.
I mean, it's not a bad thing, but also like my friend Dell he's a double amputee.
Yeah.
No one I'd rather date.
Really?
He's the best time ever. I actually have a theory. I was like, I don't know if you like can sleep better or like what's going on. He can stay out longer than anyone and have the best time.
Really?
Yeah. Alcohol just doesn't affect him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of a hollow leg. Should we wrap it up?
We've got one more. Let's see.
One more.
My boyfriend looks so good with his facial hair, but he keeps telling me he wants to shave it. Am I wrong?
No, I think she should just say like, hey, babe, I like your facial hair. It makes me hot.
Yeah. This is good. 43 minutes.
Yeah.
We gotta cut out the wheelchair thing.
Yeah. No.
I think so. I think we have to cut it out. We were both so uncomfortable. We can't end a wheelchair. I'm going to cut it out right before that. We have to.
Oh, we have to do an ending though.
Okay. Can we like splice together an ending? Cool.
I thought my hollow leg joke was really funny.
Okay. That was the first episode.
That was really fun.
That was great.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Perfect. We're done. I knew I shouldn't have said it because after I said it, I was like, why are we talking about Fallon dating multiple men in wheelchairs? What I wanted to say was it's because it looks like she has money and she's going to take care of people. She's at like